This is the story of the tops and the roots. Once upon a time in a land far away lived a king. The king had 2 sons, one of whom was very naughty. Both princes were given a magic bean by a witch. The elder prince was told that if he planted the bean, it would grow into a beanstalk that would take him to the land of the tops, where all the houses were made of chocolate and the streets were paved with gold. But the younger prince was told that if he planted the bean, it would grow into a beanstalk that would take him to the land of the roots, where everything was the opposite. The houses were made of dirt and the streets were made of rotten wood. The elder prince didn't listen to his counselors when they told him the bean was probably cursed. He planted it anyway and went to bed. That night, the bean grew into a massive beanstalk that reached all the way up to the land of the tops. The young prince, however, listened to his counselors, and he refused to plant the bean. When his brother returned from the land of the tops, the king was furious because the bean hadn't grown for him, and he punished the young prince by making him plant the bean. And so the young prince went to his room crying and planted the bean under his bed. That night, the bean grew into a beanstalk that reached all the way down to the land of the roots. The young prince climbed up the beanstalk and found himself in a land just as wondrous as the land of the tops, except everything was upside down. The trees were shaped like mushrooms and grew in the opposite direction. Their roots were in the sky and their branches were in the ground. The birds flew upside down and the fish walked on the ground, and the people of the roots welcomed the young prince as a hero for bringing them an outsider to roast. Meanwhile, the elder prince was having the time of his life in the land of the tops. He ate so much chocolate that his belly became bigger than his head. But eventually he ran out of food and started to get very hungry. When he looked down the beanstalk, he saw a delicious feast being prepared for the young prince in the land of the roots. So the elder prince climbed down the beanstalk and sneaked into the village unnoticed. The people of the roots were so busy celebrating their hero that they did unnotice the elder prince at first. But then one of the villagers asked, "Who are you and how did you get here?" The young prince lied and said, "I am the rightful heir to the throne. My brother took my birthright and I've come to take it back." The people of the roots had suffered under the rule of the tops for so long that they were eager to believe anything that gave them hope for a better future. So they followed the young prince, or rather the elder prince, back up the beanstalk and into the land of the tops. When the tops saw the people of the roots approaching, they thought they were being attacked and started to run away. But the elder prince stopped them and shouted, "Don't go anywhere. These people have suffered enough. Now it's our turn to make them suffer." And so the elder prince and the people of the tops chased the people of the roots all around the land until they were exhausted. Then the elder prince sat on a mushroom shaped like a throne and declared, "From now on, this land will be ruled by the tops." The people of the roots were heartbroken, but there was nothing they could do. Just when the elder prince was about to enjoy his victory, a small voice said, "Ho, ho, what a clever plan you have made! Deceiving your own brother and stealing his birthright." The elder prince turned around and saw the witch who had given them the beans. "You tricked us," he shouted. "Why?" The witch cackled and said, "Because you were both naughty children and I wanted to see what you would do." Then the witch waved her magic wand and turned the elder prince into a toad. "And now," she said, "you will live in the land of the roots as a reminder of what happens when you do listen to your elders." The young prince was very sad to see his brother turned into a toad, but he knew it was his fault. for not listening to the witch in the first place. So he took care of the toad until it died, and then he returned to the land of the tops to rule as a good and just king. The end.